Good morning. Now listen, for a few minutes I want to talk to you about something that I feel is urgent. And indeed, I'm going to lead out by giving you a word from the Word of God. I'm going to be reading from King James version of the Bible. And it's over in Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against rulers and of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That being said, I think that we're in a crisis here in Detroit, a long-standing crisis of credibility, and it's getting worse. It's not going to go away easy, but the issue still remains. Until we deal with our credibility crisis, our lack of ethics in our government, we will not accomplish anything. We won't regain the respect of the world in which we live in. Now, because it's yesterday was a very important day, Martin Luther King, who was one of the last statesmen remaining in our community. And I want to refer to his words. In life, you may have to say something that is hard. You may be required to challenge the status quo or even hurt somebody's feelings. Not intentionally, of course, but because not to do so is a disservice to the truth. Well, you know, my blog, this YouTube, is dedicated first and foremost to the truth from a biblical perspective, and I know I can't go wrong. But getting back to the city council, it's imperative that we act expediently when we see wrong actions, wrong conduct. And because we have a individual, President Pro Tem, they call him, he just got that promotion, and all because of, I guess, Brenda Jones and some of the weak folk on the Common Council. From time to time, you're going to be hearing about the Common Council because they have to be called out. They refuse to adhere to good ethical conduct. Now, some of them do, but most of them don't. And because we have this issue before us, Cushingberry was caught up in a situation with the Detroit Police Department, I guess a couple of weeks ago now. At that time, Brenda Jones made a statement that she would wait on the investigation. Okay. Well, she can wait. But I'm here to tell you now that Cushingberry should go. He should at least be, his position of pro tem should be taken away from him. We don't need that kind of representation here in Detroit, because Detroit has to stand for something. The citizens of Detroit in November of 2013 said clearly at the voting booths that they wanted change. Now, we got to stand up and demand change at the top. Now, after you read the blog, you'll get an indication of what I'm suggesting. I'm not playing games out here. Too many lives at stake. We done lost generations because of our foolishness. 50 years of degradation because we've been listening not only to the Democratic Party, but the liberal Democratic Party. We've been hoodwinked, but we're not going to take it anymore. So my people, and I mean that, I hesitate to say brothers and sisters because y'all misconstrue that. While we're not necessarily all the same color, but some of those out there that are the other color are more brothers to me than most of you. Now, I conclude this by saying that until we establish and restore the credibility, remove the crisis in the city of Detroit, and mean it, get on it, be urgent about it, we will continue to hear such foolishness as Brenda Jones asking for apology from L. Brooks Patterson. And you know it ain't gonna come. And I don't necessarily disagree with him. If I could say it, and I've told my family, you can't go out and get gas after a certain time. You can't go certain places get gas. And God forbid that you run out of gas. So, he only told his people what he should. But until we deal with this crisis in our leadership, Cushingberry must go. He must not be allowed. He's another fox in the henhouse. And I hope that you will continue to return to this and sign up. You can subscribe for my newsletter. And I suggest you do so, because you will get only one thing that you need desperately: truth. Because too many people out there are telling you just lies. All these people spreading lies, racial hatred, that ain't nothing. Bible tells you that ain't what you should do. You simply treat each other the way you want to be treated. But you got a long ways to go, Detroit. But those who love Detroit like I do will unite. And at that time, seek only the truth.